Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nossos programas oferecem vários idiomas. Acesse suprememastertv.com/schedule.
हमारे कार्यक्रम पेश किए जाते कई भाषाओं में कृपया देखें suprememastertv.com/schedule。
我们的节目提供多种语言，请看 suprememastertv.com/schedule。
Rancangan kami menawarkan banyak bahasa. Sila kunjungi suprememastertv.com/schedule.
برامجنا متوفرة بالعديد من اللغات. يرجى زيارة suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Наши программы предлагают много языков. Пожалуйста, посмотрите suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Naše programy nabízejí více jazyků. Prosím, navštivte suprememastertv.com/schedule.
You concentrate always on the holy name, concentration on goodness, virtues. Just remember all that and you just forgetful of every other thing. That's why the Buddha say, collective thoughts, meaning collective of this concentration, one-pointedness, is as good as precept.
Please continue watching to find out more.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Today's episode will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Alexis, also known as Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, Czech, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Romanian, Russian, Spanish, Telugu, and Thai. ખૂબ માયાળુ શુભેચ્છાઓ. ભવ્ય દર્શકો, મારું નામ આર્યા છે. પવિત્ર ભારતના ગુજરાતમાંથી અમારા લોકો આશીર્વાદ અનુભવે છે તમારી હાજરીથી અને વંદન કરે છે તમારા આંતરિક સૌંદર્યને. પ્રજાસત્તાક ભારત એ સૌથી મોટી લોકશાહી છે અને બીજો સૌથી વધુ વસ્તી વધારતો દેશ છે વિશ્વમાં. એ આશીર્વાદિત છે. 7,000થી વધુ કિલોમીટર દરિયા કિનારાથી દૂર છે. ચાર મુખ્ય વિશ્વ ધર્મો હિન્દુ ધર્મ, બૌદ્ધ ધર્મ, જૈન ધર્મ અને શીખ ધર્મ અહીં ઉદ્ભવ્યા છે. જ્યારે ઇસ્લામ, ક્રિશ્ચિયાનિટી, યહૂદી ધર્મ અને ઝોરોએસ્ટ્રિયનિઝમ પહોંચ્યા છે પ્રથમ સહસ્ત્રાબ્દીમાં. પ્રાણીઓ ખૂબ પ્રિય છે અને પૂજનીય છે ભારતમાં. અને ઘણા પ્રાણીઓમાં એક આધ્યાત્મિક મહત્વ છે. પ્રાચીન ભારત ઓળખાય છે યોગ અને ધ્યાનના જન્મસ્થળ તરીકે પણ. સાથે સાથે એક મહત્વનું તીર્થ સ્થળ છે સત્ય શોધનારાઓ માટે. યાત્રાળુ ટોળે વળે છે આખી દુનિયામાંથી ભાગ લેવા માટે કુંભ મેળામાં, નિહાળવા હિમાલયની સુંદરતા અથવા ડૂબકી લેવા પવિત્ર ગંગા નદીમાં. શાકાહાર જન્માયો છે અને સ્વીકૃત કે તેનું આધ્યાત્મિક મહત્ત્વ છે. ભારતમાં જ્યાં નીતિઓ ગુજરાતથી પળાય છે, જેમ કે ઋષિકેશમાં જ્યાં માંસનો વપરાશ, ઈંડા અને દારૂ પ્રતિબંધિત છે. આ આનંદ છે સમીક્ષાથી પવિત્ર ભારતનો પવિરાળ આપવા માટે. પ્રિય દર્શકો, અમે ઈચ્છીએ છીએ કે આપના માટે ચમત્કારિક દિવસો અને આગળ જાદુઆઈ રાતો. ત્રણ દાયકા ઉપરાંત સુપ્રીમ માસ્ટર ચિન્હાઈએ આપણા વિશ્વને પ્રકાશિત કરી દીધું છે. તેઓના દૈવી ઉપદેશોથી એક સંપૂર્ણ પ્રબુદ્ધ ગુરુ તેની પ્રદાન કરે છે. ક્વાન યન પદ્ધતિની ધ્યાન પ્રથા તેઓના માટે જે ઈચ્છા રાખે છે તાત્કાલ શોધવા, અંદર રહેલા ભગવાન સ્વભાવ અને પ્રાપ્ત કરવા માટે એક જીવનકાળામાં શાશ્વત મુક્તિ જીવનના સંસારણ ચક્રમાંથી. ક્વાન યન પદ્ધતિ અભ્યાસ કરવામાં આવે છે બધા પ્રબુદ્ધ ગુરુઓ દ્વારા, જેમ કે બુદ્ધ, કન્ફ્યુશિયસ, ગુરુ નાનક, ઈસુ ખ્રિસ્ત, લાઓ ત્સુ, ભગવાન શ્રી કૃષ્ણ, ભગવાન મહાવીર, પ્રોફેટ મહામદ, તેમને શાંતિ મળે અને બીજા ઘણા. તેઓ ભાર મૂકે છે કે જો આપણે હંમેશા ભગવાનને યાદ કરીએ, નિઃસ્વાર્થ સેવા કરીએ અન્ય લોકોની અને અનુરીતે બ્રહ્માંડમાં કાયદાઓ, તો આપણે પહોંચીશું આપણે ઉત્તમ માનવ તરીકેની શક્યતા અને ખરેખર સમજીશું પૃથ્વી પરનો આપણો હેતુ. પરમ ગુરુ ચિન્હાઈ એક આપણા સર જીવંત ઉદાહરણ છે. કરુણાના નિયમિત જીવન જરૂરિયાત અને નાળફિય શક્ય મોકલે છે. સાથે છે પ્રેમ શરણાર્થીઓ માટે, બેઘર, કુદરતી આપત્તિના ભોગ બનેલા અને અન્ય રાહતીની જરૂરવાળાઓને માટે. પરમ ગુરુ ચિન્હાઈ ખૂબ જ આભારી છે પ્રિય ભગવાનની બધી આર્થિક સહાય માટે. રાહત અને સહારા પડીક અને જરૂરિયાતમંદ લોકોને અને અથવા કોઈ પણ સારા ઉદ્દેશ માટે વર્ષોથી એક નમ્ર માધ્યમાત તરીકે તેઓના તરફ શબ્દ તેમના માટે દયા અને પ્રેમ તેઓના વહાલા બાળકો તરફ. પરમ ગુરુ ચિન્હાઈ સમર્થન અને પ્રેમ મેળવે છે વિવિધ સંધ્યાઓમાંથી, મીડિયા, સરકારો અને વ્યક્તિઓ તેમજ ઘણા પુરસ્કારો તેઓ તરફથી, જેમ કે 2006ની ખુશી શાંતિ પુરસ્કાર માનવામાં આવે છે, તો નોબેલ શાંતિ પુરસ્કાર પૂર્વના દેશો માટે. વિશ્વ આધ્યાત્મિક લીડરશિપ પુરસ્કાર 1994માં, 2008માં મહાવીર પુરસ્કાર 22મી ફેબ્રુઆરી અને 25મી ઓક્ટોબર બંને જાહેર કરાયા સુપ્રીમ માસ્ટર ચિન્હાઈ દિવસ તરીકે. માનદ નાગરિકતા યુનાઇટેડ સ્ટેટ્સની વગેરે અને સન્માનિત કરવામાં આવ્યા છે વર્ષોથી અસંખ્ય અન્ય પુરસ્કારો સાથે. અને તેઓના માટે પ્રશંસા અસાધારણ પરોપકારી અને માનવતાવાદી કાર્યો માટે. દિલગીર છીએ કે સમક્ષ નથી દર્શાવવા માટે ઘણા અન્ય પુરસ્કારો અને સામાન્ય જગ્યા અને સમયના અભાવ માટે. સાચો અવાજ આપણા સુંદર પ્રાણી મિત્રો માટે પરમ ગુરુ ચિંહાઈ પ્રોત્સાહન આપે છે શાંતિપૂર્ણ અને પ્રેમાળ વનસ્પતિ આધારિત આહારને અને સાથે માનવતાની જાગૃતિ, બધા જીવન પ્રત્યે પવિત્રતા માટે અને એક શાંત અને ભવ્ય સમગ્ર કડક શાકાહારી વિગન વિશ્વ જ્યાં પ્રાણીઓ અને લોકો પરમ સુખ સંવાદિતામાં જીવે. વિગન વિચાર ગાણા ફેલાવવાની તેમની પહેલ વિવિધ છે અને સમાવેલ થાય છે વૈકલ્પિક જીવન પદ્ધતિ, પત્રિકા વિતરણ, આંતરરાષ્ટ્રીય કડક શાકાહારી વિગન રેસ્ટોરન્ટ, લવિંગ હટ, કડક શાકાહારી વિગન ફૂડ પ્રોડક્ટ્સ કંપનીઓ, કડક શાકાહારી વિગન ફળ ઉત્પાદનો, સુપ્રીમ માસ્ટર ટેલિવિઝન તેમજ નિયમિત સંવાદ પ્રભાવશાળી સરકારી અને મીડિયા તેઓના સાથે અને ભાવે છે ટેલિવિઝન પરિષદોમાં, આબોહવા પરિવર્તન વગેરે પર. ભલે આપણને તેની જાણ હોય કે નહીં, તેઓના પ્રયત્નોતા થાય છે એક વિશાળ પ્રભાવ વૈશ્વિક જાગૃતિ પર પ્રાણી મૈત્રીપૂર્ણ જીવનશૈલી અને આ ઉદાર માર્ગ કેવી રીતે કાયમી શાંતિ લાવી શકે રાષ્ટ્રો વચ્ચે જ્યારે આપણે ઘણા બચાવવા આબોહવા પરિવર્તનથી અને આપત્તિઓથી. વર્ષોથી પરમ ગુરુ ચિંહાઈએ વિશ્વભરમાં પ્રવાસ કર્યો છે. અમેરિકાથી આફ્રિકા, યુરોપથી એશિયા સુધી અને રાખ્યા છે સેકન્ડો પ્રવચનો જાહેર જનતા અને તેમના શિષ્યો સાથે વિવિધ આધ્યાત્મિક વિષયો પર. આજે આપણે ભાગ્યશાળી છીએ આમાંથી એક રજૂ કરવા સમજ ભર્યું ટેલિકોન્ફરન્સ શીર્ષક છે સુરંગમ સૂત્ર. 4 સ્પષ્ટ અને અફર સૂચનો શુદ્ધતા પર, કામાતુરતા અને સંહારથી દૂર રહો. 6 ભાગનો ભાગ 3. ગુરુ અને શિષ્યો વચ્ચેમાં જે અંગ્રેજીમાં આપવામાં આવ્યો હતો 22મી ડિસેમ્બર 2018ના રોજ.
So now, Ananda continues. War honor one. Those living beings will gradually drift away from the Buddha. And there will be as many deviant teachers, they go away from the path. They're not going straight, not the true teacher. As many deviant teachers propounding their methods as there are sands in the Ganges. Wow. No wonder I have only 10,000 people here. We have to share with so many, as many as Ganges sands, teachers. Whoa. How did you find me? In such numerous sand dunes and sand, whatever, yeah. You know how much sand is in the Ganges River? Or on the beach of the Ganges River, you know how much? I don't know. I don't think you can ever count. So many. As, false teacher in this world. So difficult to, go to the right one, huh? Difficult. Yeah. Especially when you're not yet enlightened. You don't know what is wrong, what is right. Okay? So I'm telling you from the Buddha, he's been honored, since 2,000 plus years, so he cannot go wrong. Jesus also. So now he say that so many deviant teachers, yes, as there are sands in the Ganges River, yeah? Okay. I want to enable those beings to collect their thoughts and enter samadhi. You want to help other beings. So how can I cause them to reside peacefully in bodhimanda, in the determination to follow the Buddha teaching, to become a Buddha, okay? To elevate yourself into sainthood. So that's a bodhimanda. Far from the exploits of demons and be irreversible in their resolve for bodhi. Bodhi means for enlightenment, okay? You want to help people in the future. How is he going to do that? He said he wants to. Because the people will be distracted, or sidetracked and following false teaching. And it is very difficult for them then to be steadfast on the enlightening road, and position. So at that time, the whole honored one praised Ananda in front of the whole assembly, saying, "Good, good indeed. How good it is that you have asked how to establish a bodhimanda and to rescue and protect living beings who are sunk in the morass of the final age. Listen well now, and I will tell you." So Ananda and the great assembly agreed to uphold the teaching. It means whatever the Buddha tells them, they will uphold. They will listen and uphold. So the Buddha told Ananda, "You constantly hear me explain in the Vinaya that there are 3 unalterable aspects to cultivation. Right. That is, collecting one's thought constitutes to the precept. It means you have to keep the precept. Okay, that's number 1. And then because from the precept becomes samadhi, it means you be established in tranquility, in the non-reversible enlightened state of being. That is samadhi. Not just when you sit cross-legged and your soul leaves your body, go to the high heaven. It's not just that, okay? It is your establishment in the enlightening state of being and non-reversible, okay? Well, according to my humble opinion. My Buddha didn't say that, I say that. So if it's wrong, don't blame the Buddha. Huh? I told you I can talk a lot. There was a joke I told you before, no? There was a priest in the church, he can talk a lot. So then, one day he apologized to his congregation because he realized that he talked a lot. Oh, so he said, "Oh, sorry, I forgot my watch at home." Meaning he talked a lot, he didn't realize how many hours passed. So one of his congregation men said, "There's a calendar behind you." Don't worry about what the calendar is there. Okay. So you can tell me that whenever you had it, okay? That's why I don't see you a lot, because I know I know my limits. I don't overstay my welcome, eh? Maybe that's one reason. Yeah. That's the one, eh? Because if you keep the precepts well, then you can enter samadhi. Why is that? My humble opinion again. It's nothing. I told you I can expound things, talk a lot. You can tell, put a calendar behind and they have a clock always in front of me all the time, remember? So that I remember when you should go to eat, when you should go to sleep, when you've had it. I talk only about 1 hour now, right? Not even. Huh? Not much, is it? No need calendar yet. Okay. Then why is that? If you keep the precept, then you can be more established, more stationary in your enlightenment, in your enlightened state of beings. Why is that? Anybody know?
Because it all takes your energy away. It all distracts you. It leaks out when you break the precepts or when you involve yourself in it. It pours out, and you can't. It's like a balloon with holes in it.
Yeah. Good. Very good. Thank you. Kamsahamnida. You know, I want to live in Korea. He's not Korean, but he knows. Kamsahamnida. Okay. It's very good like that. It's like a leaking tank of water. It's like a whole holy balloon. Holy balloon. Has a hole in it. God, slowly the air will come down. Yes. But you are not protected. You see, the precepts are for your protection. Yeah. The precept is the thing you should not do. It actually should not be a precept because it should be a natural of your being, of a noble being. Yeah. So of course, if you are a noble being, then you respect everyone as yourself. So how are you going to harm somebody else? Because that's like harming yourself. Right? We are all one. Then, or if you love someone so much, if you love other people, if you have compassion, then you could not harm others people. If you do, that means you have no compassion. Or very little, or less. Okay? Then of course, you cannot enter samadhi. That's one. And if you steal from somebody else, then of course, then you also don't treat others as the way you like to be treated. Yeah? Or if you tell lies, something like that. That means you're lying to yourself. You don't respect the person that he has intelligence at all. That's why you lie. Okay? Then you also not good. Actually, the Buddha will talk more about this kind of precept afterward. Okay? So I don't want to go ahead to spoil the fun. Okay. Okay. So after you keep the precepts well, then you are more established in your enlightened, status, right? And then after you have samadhi, meaning you are stationary in your enlightenment, then you have wisdom. That's what the Buddha said here. Okay? It's not, I don't need calendar. Yeah. And wisdom is revealed out of samadhi. Okay. So after you keep the precept, you will have samadhi. After you have samadhi, you will have wisdom. Therefore, the precepts are number one, no? Yeah, good. These are called the three non-outflow studies. It's just like outflow means leaking. Okay? You see, non-leaking studies. Meaning, if you keep the precept, then you have samadhi. When you have samadhi, you will have wisdom. It's not the normal knowledge, but the wisdom of the enlightenment, of Buddha, yeah, of sainthood. The wisdom of the higher dimension, of the elevated heaven wisdom. So it's very good to keep the precepts, yeah? That's why I always emphasize, before you have initiation, I have asked you to keep the 5 precepts. Remember that? Or is it for me to keep? Huh? For you, huh? I also keep, of course, I also keep. So, the Buddha continues. Ananda, why do I call collecting one's thoughts the precept? You know, that means one-pointedness. So, collecting thoughts are like precepts. Because if you always concentrate on your cultivation, whether sitting, lying, because if you always have one-pointedness in your mind, you will not feel distracted by any of these temptations around you, or anything that is not pleasant to your liking, or to your mind, or your eyes, or your ears. You will not think about it, right? You concentrate always on the holy name, or concentration on goodness, virtues. Just remember all that, and you just forgetful of every other thing. That's why the Buddha say, collecting thoughts, meaning collective of this concentration, one-pointedness, is as good as precept. Yes, like that. But of course, concentrating on nirvana, on wisdom, on Buddha's teaching, yeah? Not concentrating on, other things. That I don't have to tell you. Yeah, that you know very well. That worldly stuff. So, Ananda, why do I call collecting one's thought the precept? Because if living beings in the six paths of any mundane world had no thought of lust, they would not have to follow a continuous succession of birth and death. You see, now the Buddha beginning to expound on one of the precepts. The one that he referred to here first of all is lust. Lust is physical. Lust also for sensation. Lust is not only that, it may be lust for power, okay? Lust for richness, and just trying so hard or going too much in that direction that you forget heaven, you forget to cultivate, you forget to concentrate on some virtues and some moral, or to help others, nothing. You just want that, you see, richness, or the bodily satisfaction. That's also lustful. No. So the Buddha think if you collect your thought away from lust, then you never have to be, reincarnate again and again into the suffering world as ours or others. The next one, Buddha continue, your basic purpose in cultivating is to transcend the wearisome defilements. But if you don't renounce your lustful thought, you will not be able to get out of the dust. Meaning, you will not be able to be free, liberated from the circle of life and death, always rolling in the dust of this world or the next. So here he emphasized that we should always concentrate in the opposite way of lustful intention. The word honor one continues. Even though one may have some wisdom, even if you have lustful thought, okay, and you meditate and you have samadhi, or you have some samadhi, or you have some cultivation, and then you have some fruit out of that. So the Buddha says, even though, with lustful thought, even though one may have some wisdom and the manifestation of Chan Samadhi, you can probably stay in Samadhi for some time, if you meditate. And even if with lustful thought, you might still gain some wisdom and Samadhi. But if one does not cut off lust, one is certain to enter demonic path. Oh, scary. Okay. At best, one will be a demon king. Powerful. Really, demon king is not normal king, Very powerful. A lot of magical power, a lot of retinue, a lot of moving mountain and earth. He can do a lot of things. But demon king is not a joke. Very powerful being. Okay. So, but that is not Buddhahood, you see. So he say, if you have lustful thought and you don't cut it off, you don't try to control it, then the best you would be is a demon king, not Buddha, not Bodhisattva, not a saint. Buddha said, not me, don't look at the calendar. This is what he said. I read it. So at best one will be a demon king on the average. If it's best in demon king, averagely one will be in the retinue of demons. The demons of ordinary. At the lowest level, one will be a female demon. Even in a demon world, they have races. So the worst is a female demon. I don't know what's the difference between the female and the male demon. I really don't know. These demons have their groups of disciples even. Wow. See that? It says of himself that he has accomplished the unsurpassed way, meaning the highest method, the highest, they already became a master of enlightenment somewhat, and all of them proclaim like that. These are the disciples of the demon king. Not just a demon king, but even this female demon, he didn't say only a demon king. That means that all the demons will have disciples, and they also claim all of them became Buddha already, something like that. Okay, continue. Buddha. After mind extinction in the Dharma and in age, these hordes of demons will abound, spreading like wildfire as they openly practice greed and lust. Claiming to be good knowing advisors, they will cause living beings to fall into the pit of physical love and views and lose the way to Buddha. I mean, they lost the way to enlightenment. The Buddha continues. When you teach people in the world to cultivate samadhi, they must first of all sever the mind of lust. This is the first clear and unalterable instruction on purity given by the thirst come ones and the Buddhas of the past. Were honor ones. It all means Buddha. No? Meaning all the past Buddhas even also taught this way. Hence the 5 precepts. Okay? If you're married, it is not counted in here. But when you're married, of course, after a while it becomes, like more and more like friendship. Okay? That is different. It doesn't mean counted in here as a lustful mind. Because as I told you, lust doesn't only mean the desire between man and woman. It is desire for power, for richness, abnormally. Not just a normal way like, okay, you graduate. Of course you want to come out and find a job according to your education and your ability. That's not mean like lust after power. And if you go into politics and people incidentally voted for you to be a president, then you become president. Then it's okay. If you want to renounce your presidency, okay, nobody say anything. If you want to become or continue to be president, then it's okay too. It's the way you are destined to be a president or a king or a company millionaire or whatever. Then it's your destiny, okay? Of course, in your job, you do all your best to be successful, okay? But that doesn't mean lust after power, okay? Lust after power is when you disregard all moral standards, all virtues to their limit, okay? And to press down everyone else in order to climb up to the ladder of fame. That is different. So in your job, you do your best. That's normal. And whatever become, okay? You don't aspire to do your best so that you become a president of the company or anything. Then it's different, okay? Yeah. Just do your best because it's your job. Because it's our service to others. And if you are, of course, if you don't do your job, you are monks and nuns, and you do your job as monks and nuns, the best. Do the best. You keep the precept. You keep yourself pure, yes, and you continue your path one-pointedly, and then you teach whoever come to you. Yeah, then you teach them moral virtues, meditation, whatever you know. Yeah, that is also your job, but it's not ambition, not lust after power. Okay, only when you want people to worship you, when you are nobody yet, and you are not having anything, you don't contribute, but you want people to contribute to you or worship you. That is wrong. It's wrong as a monk or nun. And the Buddha will explain more later on about this kind. Okay. I'm worried about the calendar, so I I will limit to my thoughts. But we're almost at the end of the year, so it's okay. I'm not so worried so much. I'm sad every day, almost every day. Nowadays, I don't have a lot of time to write my diary every day anymore. Sometimes I know something inside, have some insight, some vision, but I have no time to even write it down anymore. I write maybe once every 3-4 days or once every week, It depends. Depends if I have time, truly, regretfully. And then I look at the calendar, myself, the calendar in my diary. And I'm so sad. I say, my God, it's already almost the end of the year. I'm older now. I feel like nothing happy about it. Huh? That's good I don't celebrate birthday, otherwise keep reminding me every year, no escape. Like this I still can feel that I'm still young. Only number, yes. Number of wrinkles.
સ્નેહી દર્શકો, અમારી સાથે જોડાવા બદલ આભાર. આજની કાર્યક્રમ માટે જેનું શીર્ષક છે સુરંગમ સૂત્ર. 4 સ્પષ્ટ અને અફર સૂચનાઓ સુદત્તા પર. કામ, તૂરતા અને સંહારથી દૂર રહો. 6 ભાગનો ભાગ ત્રીજો. ગુરુ અને શિષ્યો વચ્ચેમાં આગામી આવે છે. પવિત્ર બાઇબલમાંથી સંત જોનનો પ્રથમ પત્ર, 2 ભાગનો ભાગ બીજો. જ્ઞાનના શબ્દો પર નોંધપાત્ર સમાચાર પછી તુરત જ. કૃપા કરીને જોતા રહો સુપ્રીમ માસ્ટર ટેલિવિઝન વધુ હકારાત્મક કાર્યક્રમ માટે. આપને પુષ્કળ આશીર્વાદ કે પામો બધી વસ્તુઓ અદ્ભુત અને શુભ. Caring viewers, thank you for joining us for today's program entitled The Surangama Sutra. The 4 clear and unalterable instructions on purity, refrain from lust and killing, part 3 of 6 on between master and disciples. Coming up next is from the Holy Bible, the first epistle of St. John, Part 2 of 2, on words of wisdom, right after noteworthy news. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more positive programming. May you be richly blessed with all things wonderful and good.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/BMD.